At a time when US President Donald Trump is increasingly moving away from his role as a peacemaker, Ukraine is more dependent than ever on its intelligence services. Washington Post columnist David Ignatius expresses this opinion in a column titled "Ukraine's Dirty War is Just Getting Started." According to his intelligence sources, Ukrainian intelligence services are already preparing other complex operations against Moscow. The journalist notes that both sides want to break out of the stalemate of a war of attrition, and the security service of Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb was a bold attempt to do so. During a full-scale war, the security service and the Main Intelligence Directorate are putting into practice the slogans of the Ukrainian Special Forces. "I am coming for you." Ignatius compares them to the Federal Security Service and the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, between which there is serious rivalry. The journalist recalled that the SBU had been accused for many years of having a significant presence of Russian agents in its ranks, but the operation to destroy Russia's strategic aviation was kept secret. According to his intelligence sources, the service's chief, Vasyl Malyuk, informed President Volodymyr Zelensky about the operation, but not other senior members of his administration. Moreover, even Malyuk's key deputy did not know about it. The front line inside Ukraine will remain a hellish place filled with drones and artillery, but covert operations could escalate into a dirty war beyond the front, with more targeted assassinations, sabotage and attacks on countries that supply weapons to Ukraine and Russia, respectively. As reported on June the 1st, the SBU carried out an impressive drone attack on Russian territory. As part of Operation Spider's Web, more than 100 FPVs struck air bases. The drones were transported to Russia in trucks with hidden structures. As a result, about 40 strategic aircraft were destroyed, which is a third of the Russian Federation's fleet of strategic carriers. The operation was prepared for a year and a half and was carried out under the nose of the Russian Federal Security Service. Analysts say the operation could change the future of all warfare, setting a new precedent for the use of drones in deep strikes. In addition, soon the Security Service of Ukraine struck the Crimean Bridge for the third time. This time, a unique operation was carried out using underwater explosive devices. SBU agents spent several months preparing for the special operation, during which explosive charges were installed on the seabed under the bridge supports. The total explosive power was about 100 kilograms in TNT equivalent.
Ukraine destroyed a Russian Mi-8 helicopter and damaged a Mi-35 attack helicopter during the drone attack on a Russian military airfield in Bryansk region on the night leading to June 6. The attack was launched on the region's Oktyabrski village. A Russian Telegram channel reported that Mi-35 helicopter's ammunition detonated on site, while Mi-35 sustained partial damage. In addition, Bryansk region's airport buildings and rescue service were damaged during the attack. Employees of the nearby Ozon warehouse have been evacuated. It should be noted that on Thursday night, Ukrainian drones struck strategically important Engels Air Base in Russia's Saratov region, home to heavy bombers used in Russian attacks on Ukraine. According to eyewitness reports, there were direct strikes to the airfield, followed by explosions and fire. Local media reported that several targets were shot down by Russian air defenses. Head of Ukraine Center for Countering Disinformation, Andriy Kovalenko, said Ukrainian drones also targeted an oil depot in Engels, the Dyagilevo Air Base, and the Progress Defense Plant in Michirinsk, Tambov region, which is one of key enterprises of Russian military-industrial complex. This is where Russia gets the components that power its missile and artillery systems, Kovalenko said. The plant's destruction is a significant blow to the country's defense production. Russia launched missile and drone strikes at civilian targets in Ukraine in the early hours of Friday, killing at least 4 people, and injuring 20 others in capital Kiev. The strikes came 2 days after large-scale Ukrainian drone attacks on military airbases in Russia, which damaged dozens of nuclear-capable aircraft and angered Moscow. On the night of June 4, a fire broke out at the Avtodiesel engine plant in Yaroslavl, engulfing the workshop producing 12-cylinder engines, the regional department of the Ministry of Emergency Situations reported. According to the department, the area of the fire was 400 square meters. There were no casualties, the Moscow Times reports. It took more than an hour and a half to extinguish the open fire. The Ministry of Emergency Situations did not specify what caused the fire. The Yaroslavl engine plant is one of the largest Russian enterprises producing multi-purpose diesel engines, as well as gearboxes. In May 2024, Yaroslavl engine plant was subject to U.S. sanctions. The justification for the restrictions noted that the plant produces diesel engines for the Russian army. Late in the evening of June 2, an explosion and fire occurred at the Zelenski motor plant in the Nizhny Novgorod region. According to the Regional State Labor Inspectorate, the cause was a fire in a tank truck in one of the plant's workshops, where chemicals were stored. As a result, one worker was injured. He received burns on 10% of his body. The man was hospitalized. The Regional Ministry of Emergency Situations estimated the area of the fire at 75 square meters. In 2003, Zelenski motor plant, which specializes in the production of gasoline and diesel engines, received a government order to develop a family of competitive multi-purpose diesel engines with a capacity of 2.2 to 3.4 liters. At the time, the director of the plant said that they would be suitable for a wide range of car models, from SUVs and Class D cars to 4-ton trucks and military equipment. On May 28, a major fire broke out in St. Petersburg on the territory of the Avangard plant, which specializes in the production of microelectronics. The fire occurred in the production part of the building on an area of 100 square meters. It took 6 hours to extinguish the fire. Avangard is one of the oldest enterprises in Russia for the production of radio electronics, microcircuits, and various devices. The plant has the status of a federal scientific and production center. It is also included in the list of strategic and systemically important enterprises of Russia.